When you own a sawmill, you really do own something. Something really that you might as well consider the communities. You go up to places like northern Arkansas, southern Missouri. There's a sawmill in every curve. But you get like down here, I don't know of a single sawmill, and if there was one, I would know it. I don't know of a single sawmill within 60 or 70 miles of me. That's where having a mobile sawmill is kind of nice. For one reason, if somebody needs you to saw something up, you can just pull over there, saw it up. The sawdust, the slabs, everything stays over there. It's not here where I have to deal with it. And the reason I say it's the communities, especially like right here where I'm at, a friend come in here or called the other day and said that they were going to cut down a cedar tree that her great-grandfather had planted. You're going to get a lot of that. And I like it. I encourage it. It was me that encouraged this. The minute she said they were going to cut that tree down, I said, well, get a piece. We'll make some benches out of it. Well, they brought this piece. You could tell that's an old cedar for around here. And they brought all these limbs, and they really don't know what they're, what you can get out of that. They really don't. But it was her grandfather's, and it means something to them. And you will get a lot of that, especially if if you have a sawmill and word gets out you have a sawmill, and if you encourage it. And I don't encourage it for money. I encourage it just, I guess just because I like sawmilling. But I'll take this, square this end up, and then cut off. And somebody more creative than me could do a better job than me. They got a lot of people that can look at a pile of wood and, see things that I might not be able to see. But what I'm going to do is square this up, and then I'm going to maybe take a piece out 6-8 inches so she could have like a end table. I'll probably do the same thing on this side. Square this up, then take a piece out over here about 6-8 inches. What that'll do, and I might even take out two. I don't want to go past my bunk on that side. What that'll do, I'll still have 5 feet there almost. I'll flatten the top. It's what I always do on benches. Like I'm talking like park benches, like you see. I'll flatten the top. That way it won't teeter-totter when kids go over and start playing on it. Flatten the top about right across here. I'll drop down about right here and cut maybe 6 inches. It doesn't need to be bigger than 6 inches. Then I'll cut maybe 1 or 2 planks, maybe 2-inch planks all the way through. She could use that for, tables or whatever. And then I'll flip it over and cut the bottom, smooth the bottom. So she'll end up with 2 park-type benches plus 2 pretty good-sized slabs. And then, and then 2 big circular deals. You could set on top of something and make like an end table or something. Not necessarily in your house, but maybe outside. And that right there, I'll just do the best I can on that. Some of those things, some of those some of those limbs, especially like that one there, you can't really see. But if you went through there and like cut it in half and then smoothed off the top, you end with those limbs and all, it makes it kind of neat looking if you want to use something like to put your keys on, or somebody creative could come up with some real good ideas. But anyway, the whole point of this is, if you own a sawmill, you can expect people calling, people dropping by, people dropping something off. And me, I like it. I mean, it's it's just part of sawmilling that that really appeals to me. And of course, this is a yard tree, so you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you'll find out. Gotta be careful walking over here in the dirt. I want to save all that sawdust for them. They like, people like that sort of stuff too. If I would have been cutting this for something, you know, furniture or whatever, I would change my blade, because this is kind of a, I think I worked this blade hard yesterday, and it's, so it's going to put, you know, the little bitty scratch marks in there, but that just makes it more grand polish, if you know what I mean. Cut it up with 2 inches, maybe 3 inches. I think I'll cut 3 inches. This is what I ended up with. 2 5-inch, I just call them park benches. And that 2-inch slab back there, 3-inch here, 2 more 2-inch ones, box of cedar chips there, and 2 wagon wheels. That one over there is not much good. It's just it was the end that I cut off. I'll get to trying to do something with these. They're not gonna be able to do much with this, but you know, they wanted to try, so I'll try. This here is where having that little short work comes in handy. Just walk over there, set it down, clamp it, and I start sawing. If you look a little bit more professional if you're prepared, you know, for whatever somebody might throw you. Now, we're just friends out here right now, you know, throwing dirt clods at each other, laughing. If something went haywire, it'd be a big joke to us. But if it was some paying customer, he might not quite be as, you know, as inclined to laugh. And there's not going to be much wood in this thing, but it's Grandpa's tree, or C's Grandpa's tree. So I want to get as much out of it as I can. And, I'm not a woodworker. You just look around here and you can tell that. I'm not a carpenter. But I can slice that thing up where somebody that is a woodworker can get the most amount of wood out of it. Maybe they make 2 or 3 jewelry boxes or something. I don't know what you would even make out of it. But, you know, there are people that are good at that, real crafty at that. So I'll get the most out of it, but I still want to look professional, whether they're out here or whether they're not. A lot of times people will stay out here just to see what's going on. You know, they interested. It's fun. It's a lot of rackets, noise, you know. And, they'll sit over there in the shade while I'm out here in the sun, you know, just laughing, carrying on. I've often thought, right above that word Norwood, just put community sawmill, because that's what it'll turn into a lot of times. You might as well just go ahead and get you a refrigerator and set it over there underneath the gas station, you know, and put you some cold drinks in there, because it's going to turn into a community sawmill, or at least this one has. Make no mistake about it, community sawmill. Cedar is easy to cut through, but I tell you what, when it's 97 degrees, butter's kind of hard to cut through. It's hot.